Good morning, Brandon, staff, and students, and thank you for tuning in to BTV. Today is Monday, February 10th, 2020. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of quiet reflection.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is day 4B of the specials rotation.
And now for today's weather. Right now is a low of 41 degrees with a high of 62 degrees and a forecast of mostly cloudy.
Our lunch menu today is turkey taco quesadilla, seasoned turkey pot roast with rice and roll, fruit, yogurt, and graham cracker power pack, and seasoned green peas or kale apple salad.
Our IB Learner Profile attribute of the month for February is balanced.
What does it mean to be balanced?
Students who are balanced work and make sure they are taking care of their intellectual, physical, and emotional needs.
What does it look like to be balanced?
Take care of your intellectual needs. Be open to learning new things inside and outside of school. If all you read are books about baseball, try a book about something or someone different. If all you play is Fortnite, try to also do something else to stimulate your brain.
To take care of your physical needs, be sure to get exercise and eat balanced meals. If all you eat are candy and potato chips, try fruit and carrot sticks too. Also make sure you get plenty of sleep. And to take care of your emotional needs, if you like and need to be around friends, reach out for a play date. If you prefer to be alone in your own thoughts after a long day, that's okay too. The important thing is to make sure you're taking care of yourself to be as healthy as possible.
Attention Junior Meta members. Don't forget you have a meeting today after school from 2:45 to 3:45 in the science lab. Be sure to bring your change of transportation. And if you have your shirt, even better. Also, please gather your class's bins and bring them to the science lab before lunch today. We are going to be packing boxes for Homeless at Heart.
Primary Center teachers. Mr. DiCarlo will be over at the Primary Center around 9 o'clock to pick up the bins. Please have the bins outside your door so he doesn't have to disturb your class. Thank you.
And now for today's joke of the day. Do you think skunks celebrate Valentine's Day?
I hope not, because they smell.
Well, they do. They're very sentimental.
Ha ha ha! This concludes today's episode for BTV. Now stay tuned for Mr. Bland's and Mr. Hudson's monthly SEL book talk about Pies from Nowhere.
I'm Mary Emmett.
I'm Luca.
And I'm Sam.
Thank you for watching. Have a magnificent Monday. Bye!
All right, Mr. Hudson, and we are back. It is the start of February already. Can you believe it? I feel like it is January 74th right now.
Yes, sir.
But you know what? We are kicking off Black History Month reading an awesome SEL book this month chosen by our SEL department called Pies from Nowhere. I read this book and I learned so much about Miss Georgia Gilmore, a woman who was a risk taker and was principled and the decision-making that she made, knowing that she helped fund the Montgomery bus boycott by providing pies and ultimately foods for the entire community. What do you think about this book?
I think the book, it shows that you definitely rely on your strengths and what you're able to do when you're helping someone. And then just to always remain principled and hold on to your values. I like the fact that in the beginning of the book, she talked about how she was put off of the bus, and when she went to go get back on the bus, the driver told her, hey, get off the bus, sit on the back, and when she went to go get on the back, the bus took off. But instead of getting angry and doing nothing, she decided, you know what, I didn't like that, I don't care for how they treated me, and I'm going to do something about it, and what I'm going to do is take the skill that I have of cooking and bake these pies and make money for the Montgomery bus boycotts.
Agreed, and I think it's actually interesting. She actually started boycotting the bus and the mean drivers and the behavior and the segregation way before really Rosa Parks did, and started the whole boycott. I thought that was really cool. So Georgia Gilmore, the SEL competency of the month is responsible decision making, and I think that really ties in closely to what she did, because she could have gotten upset, angry, locked up, thrown in jail, and even turned physical or violent. But what did she do instead?
Well, she decided to think, and she decided, you know what, let me see how I really can support this struggle. And so it showed that she took a real big risk, and she actually lost her job. But it also showed something, that if you persevere and continue and work, something good will come out of it. So even though she lost her job initially, she stood up for what was right, and eventually she became her own restaurant owner, right out of her own house, where many of the civil rights leaders would come, meet, and discuss matters, because they knew that she was someone that they could trust, and they had a safe place and good food to talk over.
I think that's big, and there were some really key figures in U.S. history in this book. Everyone from John F. Kennedy ate her food and visited her. Lyndon B. Johnson did, and I read that at the very end. But most importantly, a man by the name of Martin Luther King.
Yes, sir.
And she quoted him in the book by saying, "We are determined here in Montgomery to work and fight until justice runs down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream." I love that line. What do you think that means?
It means that no matter what, we are going to endure, we're going to go through what we need to go through until we get the results that we want. And sometimes it may be hard, it may be difficult, it's a challenge. And you know, walking to work every day wasn't a pleasant thing, but because they were so focused on not allowing the segregation on the buses to continue, they said we will go through whatever it takes until we reach what we want and are treated fairly.
Yeah, and that may have been carpooling, buying new cars, filling up lots of gas, and that money had to come from somewhere. And Georgia Gilmore was the person who secretly was providing that, and that was really cool.
And I think that's awesome that her pies turned into gas money, turned into transportation, turned into support, turned into help. So it's really that responsible decision making, but also that self-awareness where you know your strength. And you use your strength to benefit others.
Yep, I think that's true. And I just think it's important for our Brandon students to know that just a little bit of spark can ignite really a whole movement. If you see social injustice or you see something at school that's not right, you can make a difference. I think that's important too.
I do, and I think one of the important things for the students to remember and recognize is, like you were saying, if you see something wrong, you stand up, you let someone know, you don't allow injustices to continue, because like Georgia Gilmore, she wasn't just a bystander. She took action and did something about something that she saw that was unjust.
She did. Well, as we start February, see you later.
See you.